Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're navigating your community college coursework right now, AI is literally everywhere, right? But the big question is, how do you actually use it without crossing those academic lines? Today, we're unpacking a definitive guide made specifically for you, the student, on how to use AI responsibly, ethically, and effectively in your classes. Let's just dive right into this master document. It lays out exactly what's permissible and, frankly, what crosses the line when you're using AI for your assignments. It's broken down into 10 specific rules, culminating in one major golden rule. We're sticking straight to the facts today, so you can set yourself up for success. To make this super easy to remember, we're breaking these 10 rules down into 5 practical themes to use as your mental blueprint. We've got starting smart by knowing the rules, using AI as a tool, verifying and thinking critically, managing your writing and research, and finally, preserving your academic integrity. Let's get right into it. Section 1 is Start Smart, Know the Rules. We need to look at the foundational boundaries you've got to set before you even open up an AI app. So your responsibility actually starts right at the beginning of the semester. Before you use AI for anything, read your syllabus. Every instructor is different, and their policies are going to vary. If you aren't completely sure, just ask. Honestly, it's better to be safe, because some courses heavily restrict or totally prohibit AI-generated work. And hey, if you are allowed to use it, always disclose and cite your AI usage. No exceptions. And part of knowing the rules is actually knowing your tools. You really need to choose AI responsibly. That means actively seeking out platforms that protect your data, clearly explain how they work behind the scenes, respect your privacy, and promote transparency. Seriously, don't just blindly paste your coursework into some random site you found online. Moving on to Section 2, AI as a tool. This one is all about using AI for supportive learning, rather than just taking a quick shortcut. There's a massive distinction you have to make here. You want to use AI to learn, not to cheat. It's there to support your learning process. Say you're struggling with a really tough concept. You can absolutely ask ChatGPT to explain it to you. You can use platforms like Grammarly to tighten up your writing, or use systems like Claude for troubleshooting and coding help. Notice the difference there? It's about getting that extra support, not just sitting back and letting the machine do all the work for you. The whole point here is collaboration. You want to work with AI, right? Use it to brainstorm some fresh ideas for your next paper, or maybe explore a few different perspectives on a historical event. You can ask it to break down incredibly complex concepts step by step, or even have it generate questions to test your own understanding. If you want to build real proficiency, apply this straight to your study habits. Try asking your AI tool to whip up some practice problems for you. Then, and this is absolutely vital, close the AI down and solve those problems completely independently. Remember, you learn through effort and repetition. Your focus really has to stay on understanding the material yourself, not just copying whatever answers the AI spits out. All right, Section 3, Verify and Think Critically. This is where we elevate into those essential higher-order skills. Okay, there's a massive warning here that every community college student needs to just commit to memory right now. Don't just trust. Verify. You have to treat AI as a starting point, nothing more. It's absolutely essential that you confirm all of its information against actual, credible academic sources. Why? Because AI can be completely inaccurate, super outdated, or heavily biased. At the end of the day, you, not the algorithm, are the one responsible for the final product you hand in. And because these platforms can sometimes get things wrong, you should actually be using them to push your own critical thinking. Think bigger. Use the tool to compare competing arguments side by side. Ask it to help you spot potential bias in the articles you're reading. Use it to challenge your own assumptions and to analyze evidence and reasoning. Basically, you should be evaluating the AI just as much as it's helping you evaluate the topic. Let's jump into Section 4, Manage Writing and Research. This is all about practical execution. The ideal dynamic here is actually really simple. AI is your editor, it's not your author. You absolutely must keep your ideas your own. Sure, use tools for editing or checking your tone and clarity, but maintain complete ownership of your original thinking. Never, under any circumstances, submit AI-generated work and claim it as your own. That's a huge red flag. When you're dealing with the heavy lifting of your assignments, AI can honestly make the research phase a lot more manageable. You can have it generate a quick initial outline for a project, or use it to summarize incredibly dense readings just to get the gist of them. But catch this, you still have to go back and read those original sources yourself. And always, always verify those key details before you actually cite them in your work. Finally, we hit Section 5, Preserve Academic Integrity. This really is the ethical cornerstone of your entire college experience. Ultimately, it's all about staying honest and credible. Did you know you can actually use AI to check your own work for accidental plagiarism? It's super helpful for that. You can also use it to get help properly formatting those really tricky APA or MLA citations. The main takeaway here is to always give credit where credit is due and strictly follow your specific college's policies. All of this brings us to the Master Document's Golden Rule. This is an absolute must-remember for every single student. Use AI to enhance your learning, not replace it. Think, verify, create, learn. Honestly, that sums up everything we've looked at today. The AI is your assistant, you are the driver. So before you open up your laptop for your next assignment, take a second and ask yourself honestly, are you using AI to enhance your learning, or are you using it to replace it? Make sure your workflow always aligns with those 4 simple steps. Think, verify, create, and learn. Thanks for tuning into this explainer. Now get out there and completely own your academic success.